Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and this evening we'll have a look at the latest GFS ensembles. We'll have a look at precipitation charts, and we'll have live radar images and lightning data for the quite severe storms we're seeing across many northern areas this afternoon into the evening. Do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you like and subscribe. Do remember to follow me on Twitter as well, link is in the description. So we'll run briefly through the GFS and the GFS ensembles, where we have some more rain and windy weather over the next sort of few days, and then the potential for the second half of July we could start to be seeing some warmer conditions starting to crop up on the models and the ensemble members, so have a look at that as well. So if you're on for the latest GFS, we've got low pressure above us at the moment, which is giving instability, which is powering these storms that we're seeing across northern areas. Yesterday it was more across central areas, but now quite widely across northern England we're seeing, and northern England, Scotland and Northern Ireland of course, we're seeing some quite severe thunderstorms. Yesterday there were very active storms, but it was in a very localised area across sort of North Midlands, northeastern England. But today we're seeing much more widespread, and it's because we've got hot and humid air combined with the instability has meant we're going to be seeing these storms popping off. Now we're seeing this sort of daughter low developing in the Atlantic through Monday. You can see it just here, just to the northwest of Spain and Portugal, and it sort of whips up into quite a severe area of low pressure. It's going to have some very heavy rain with it, moving in from southwest to northeast, and it's got some strong winds, some unseasonably strong winds. And you can see as we move through, it does briefly bring up some warmer air initially, but then it's just really unsettled conditions take control. Luckily, it does look like for many areas it's going to be overnight Monday into Tuesday. But at the same time, I do suspect some areas on Tuesday could still see some quite unsettled conditions, especially further northwards throughout the afternoon. Beyond that, high pressure starts to build back in briefly before low pressure is trying to rattle in off the Atlantic, but it's trying to get pushed away by the high, and we're sort of in a battleground situation where low pressure is trying to come in off the Atlantic, high pressure trying to build up from the south and east. We do have some very hot air over Spain and northern Africa, so if we do start to build up a southerly wind or southeasterly wind at any point, that's where we could get some warmer conditions. As we head towards day 10, high pressure starts to build in. Low pressure always trying to threaten the north and the west. But as we head towards sort of the last third or last half of July, you see high pressure building out in Eastern Europe, trying to block these lows away, always trying to bring in some unsettled conditions in the north and the west. But further southwards and eastwards, we could at that point start to bring some hotter air in. Now, in this current GFS operational run, we don't see that happening. But on the ensembles, you can see there's about a third of ensemble members starting to go for those warmer conditions. So if we have a look at the ensembles at the moment, you can see how it's well reflected with quite average conditions over the next few weeks. Well affected by the GFS operational. We've got quite a few significant precipitation spikes, generally shower activity, but throughout Monday and Tuesday night we've got quite a decent spike, potentially 5 to 10 millimetres widely from that rain band, with that low pressure sort of daughter low moving in. We'll move through quite quickly through southern areas and may linger in northern areas a little bit longer, but by that time it might have disbanded a little bit and the winds will be lighter. Beyond that, temperatures still around average to around the 10th to 12th July. Then we start to get a bit of more uncertainty. A lot of ensemble members are now starting to go for quite warm conditions, not sort of record-breaking heats, 35 plus degrees, but temperatures that will get comfortably many areas into mid to high 20s, if not to touch on that elusive 30 degrees that we haven't seen so far this summer. Now that's the general outlook for the longer term. Again, does depend on many different atmospheric situations. We've got to watch out for hurricane, or now tropical storm Elsa. It was a hurricane a few days ago. Downgrade now to tropical storm, but it's going to maintain its strength as it moves into Eastern America. And I'll probably do a video on that tomorrow as it gets closer to bigger land masses and parts of Florida where it can impact a lot more people. But we've got to keep an eye out for that. It looks like its current track is to head up the east coast of America, where it could get picked up with the jet stream and could start to push in some uncertainties into the forecast for the UK. So we'll have to keep an eye on how that does develop over the next few days. So just things like that could put a little bit of a spanner into the works. So just have to keep an eye on this longer term, but it is looking encouraging. We've seen these patterns for the last half of July, or sort of middle third to the last half of July, and we've seen signals of some warm conditions, at least in the last sort of few days and last week. So hopefully we do start to see some warm conditions come out for those heat lovers out there, as we haven't really seen too much sustained heat so far this summer. But to be honest, we have been spoiled over the last few years, specifically with 2018, which was very hot, of course, and last year did have some very hot days and record temperatures as well. So if we now move on to the precipitation charts for the next few days, you can see at the moment we have widespread showers, instability mostly in the north. You can see with that we've got widespread showers around, as there is widespread relatively high instability, but in the north that's where we've got the most instability, with Cape, the highest Cape, and that's where we're seeing the bigger storms break out. They will slowly dissipate through the evening, perhaps banding into a larger area of heavy rain, but probably the lightning activity will start to fizzle out. A little bit dry for mostly dry for many southern areas on Monday, a little bit dry in the north with those showers fizzling away, and then you see that low come through overnight Tuesday. Perhaps rush hour Tuesday morning, we could see some heavy rain still in central and northern areas, but generally will start to clear away, and by Tuesday evening things are looking a lot drier, perhaps still having some showers spiraling around that low, of course, affecting many western areas, but some could drift further inland, so we just have to keep an eye on that near the time. It's going to be very difficult to forecast, as they're just going to be convective showers. Beyond that, through Wednesday, more showers in the south and east. Those slowly do dissipate for the evening. So conditions looking pretty decent for the England semi-final at Wembley on Wednesday night. Maybe a few showers around, but probably quite unlikely to get anything too much. A little bit of light rain, as in London it looks generally dry. Things can still change, of course, but it doesn't look like there's any major rain mass in it. It'll just be a few showers around. Beyond that, again, showers sort of fizzle away as high pressure builds in, and then we start to have a low trying to push in from Friday. If we have a look at the arpege model, you can see the widespread showers this afternoon and evening, especially heaviest in the north, still a few in the south though, and the southwest. And then through Monday, things turning a little bit drier initially, but the rain spreading gets a little bit earlier in the southwest there. Maybe Monday, rush hour, start to see some heavy rain. And then many areas see the heavy rain overnight, and then sort of rush hour Tuesday morning, maybe some heavy rain and some showers for northern and central areas. For Tuesday, sort of sunshine and showers day for many areas. For Wednesday, turning a little bit dry with still a few showers around. If we have a look at the UK Met Office model, you can see those heavy showers this afternoon, especially further northwards, where we've got the most amount of Cape. Not particularly well modelled, to be honest, by the UK Met. They are a bit larger, more widespread than this shows. These showing the much more sort of spontaneous pop-up showers, and they're actually pretty well developed into lines in some areas. We'll have a look at the live radar, of course, in a minute. Throughout tonight, there are generally still some quite heavy showers around, potentially some more shower activity picking up tonight, shown now on the UK Met, perhaps in northern areas we do have that instability. You can see the sort of line of showers, have to keep an eye on that, but generally some heavy, also moderate to heavy rain in many northern areas, Northern Ireland, Scotland, but eventually fizzling away before another day of sunshine and showers tomorrow. Again, will be very hit and miss, so to just really keep an eye on the radar for that. Through Monday afternoon, things turning a little bit drier before that big mass of rain spreads in. Generally does clear overnight, but Tuesday at rush hour, still got some heavy rain in northern areas, perhaps spreading across East Anglia. Again, timings can change by maybe a couple hours at this stage, so maybe these might lag behind a little bit, but it does look like most of the rain will be clearing by sort of 9-10 p.m. On Tuesday. Still a few showers around, so sunshine showers again, before some heavier rain spreads in from the west, but again, doesn't look too heavy as it heads inland and turns more patchy for the And then for Wednesday, we're getting more sunshine and showers. And then for the England game, much brighter conditions probably. Maybe some low cloud, symbolic of these lighter showers in central areas, perhaps parts of Wales as well. So maybe some thicker cloud around, but generally things looking a lot drier. So conditions are looking good for the game on Wednesday night. Beyond that, see more showers probably through Thursday before low pressure starts to come in for Friday. So if we do have a look at the live radar, you just got a glimpse of it there. Just have to refresh it briefly. Get the up-to-date radar. You can see there is a large rash of very heavy showers around today. We've got very heavy rain in Ireland quite widely, and then some thunderstorms where that heavy rain impacts into the instability. Parts of Ireland, Northern Ireland. Got some heavy showers in Scotland, a few isolated thunderstorms there. Perhaps Edinburgh getting peppered by this big thunderstorm at the moment. And then many areas in Northern England. Midlands, northwest, northeast getting some big thunderstorms. Not seeing too many reports out of these areas, but suspect quite a lot of hail, potential for maybe a weak rotation, so maybe a funnel cloud here or there, and some very heavy rain, frequent lightning as well. And you can see those developing across the Midlands and then getting really quite large into bands further northwards. But you can see parts of Yorkshire, northwest England, and northeast England getting a lot of thunderstorms and quite widespread rain as well. Further southwards and eastwards, still a few pop-up heavy showers, but generally much brighter skies. And then for Wales and southwestern areas, not too much instability, so a few showers around and some more widespread heavy to moderate rain across Wales, southern Wales into sort of the Midlands before it hits the instability, and we do see those heavy showers breaking out. Could be quite severe thunderstorms within that, and that's well reflected as you see a look at the latest lightning figures. So let's just refresh this briefly. Let's just quickly off that for a second and go back to lightning. There we go. So that's the most up-to-date lightning. So that's of about 20 minutes ago. And you can see where orange and yellow colours are in the last sort of 5-10 minutes or so. We've seen frequent lightning strikes. You can see that cell over Edinburgh is producing a lot of lightning just to the south of the city. A lot of lightning in Northern Ireland from Cell, northeast England, and then that one around Liverpool, and then quite frequent lightning in Yorkshire, and then some more isolated lightning strikes in the Midlands. So you can see quite severe thunderstorms. For British standards, these are sort of classic summer thunderstorms. Frequent lightning within these cells will be very photogenic, of course. But you can see it's really in the intense cells where we're seeing the heaviest rain, hail, and lightning, of course. So just have to keep an eye on the radar if you are in these areas, as they will be very sort of centred where we do see the heaviest rain. Be quite a localised area where we see the most frequent lightning and heaviest rain. So just keep an eye on the radar. If you see any of those sort of dark reds on the radar, whatever radar you're looking, if you're seeing the really heavy stuff move by, just keep an eye out for that. So if we also have a look at the latest weather warnings, you can see Met Office has issued yellow thunderstorm warnings, and you can see this really is where the thunderstorms are impacting at the moment. Northern Ireland, North England, and into many central areas of Scotland. Not everywhere within the warning zone will see thunderstorms throughout this afternoon into evening before it expires at midnight. But warning area was extended to cover northeast of Scotland. Not really seen too many thunderstorms in the north of Scotland, many in the central and southern areas. But yeah, widespread heavy showers and thunderstorms, 20-30 millimetres. So we'll just have to keep, if you're on these warning zones, you've just got to keep an eye out over the next sort of few hours if you're doing anything this evening. As it does look like they're going to continue at least until sunset and probably a little bit beyond that before starting to fade away over the course of the night. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.